Good morning, Symphonic Band, Woodwinds and Brass. Welcome to pages 18 and 19. We're going to again double up these two pages because 18 alone is just scale work, 19 alone is just two pieces. It's just not feasible to do them separately. We're going to do them together, okay? It'll just kind of switch off here and there going forward to the end of the year, or till the end of the book, I should say. Don't do 89 and don't do 90. It'll say in the recording or in the lesson. 89 and 90, just leave them out and do everything else, okay? On some of these exercises, we've got DS-El fine. Make sure you kids, 8th graders, you should know what DS-El fine, dal segno, reach the end of the piece, go back to the sign, stop at the fine. You should know what that is. This week we feature concert C, which is 2 sharps for the trumpets, clarinets, tenor sax, and bass clarinet. Nothing for the flutes and the low brass, and 3 sharps for the alto sax. Okay, and if you had any bari sax too, it would be 3 sharps also. All right, so let's get our instruments and get our books together. Let's dive into pages 18 and 19, and we'll get right to it. Right after this brief break, we'll be right back with the beginning of the lesson. So stay tuned and let's have some fun. Okay, we're going to begin with page 18 and the concert C scale. And for these first 3 exercises and maybe a few more, we don't need to finger silently. We're just going to do play along with me. Here we go, 84 scale and arpeggio. This is just your concert C scale. Most of you 8th graders know this scale. 7th graders, I don't think it'll take you that long to learn it. Here we go. Ready? Let's play. 1, 2, ready? Yeah. From out on the last note, number 85, exercise in thirds. Clarinets, be careful, 2nd measure and 3rd measure, alternate your pinkies. I think you're going to have to play 2 different C sharps. You've got C sharp on the right, then B on the left, and then D. And then, oh, I'm sorry, you can do both C sharps on the right. Yeah, you're okay. But make sure you alternate C sharp on the right, B on the left, okay? Clarinets, be careful. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Number 86, arpeggio study. Here we go. 1. Play along again, no finger silently, play along, 2, ready, and. Be careful, don't blow your brains out on those high notes. It's an A for the trumpets and a high G for the trombone and euphonium. All right, we will take a brief break and we'll get to the next couple exercises. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, 87, 2 part E2, let's do line A, and again, I do not see the need to finger silently, but start slow because the 16th note kick in later, and I don't want you to play the 16th notes too slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play. Again, notice on line A, I took the 8th note slow. Do, day, do, day. So that when do da 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 do da 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 do kicked in, it was exactly in proportion. Line B, Now, this is the trumpet part here. So trumpets, you got an octave and a half here, so be careful, all right? Here we go. Some of you others may have difficult leaps too. Ready? Here's line B. 2. Ready? Yeah. Okay, that's tough. But again, it follows the same pattern as the previous scale, so we really don't need to finger silently. Chromatic scale. Now, this is in cut time, so again, I would read this slowly, but we're going to go about do da 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 do da 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 do da 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 do. About that. Here we go. Ready? 88. Chromatic scale. Ready, and now. Okay. Skip 89 and 90. We are now done with page 18. After this brief break, we'll slide over to page 19 for 2 selections. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Okay, number 91, Sit Down Sister. Okay, now this one has a DSL fine. If you can see, the first line, second measure has a sign. So you will begin like this. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3. Day, do, day, do, day. Day, day, do, day. Then to the third line, at the end of the first measure, you have a fine. So of course you keep going till you get to the end of the fourth line, and then it says DSL fine. Del segno, DS, so you go back to the sign and stop at the fine. Now most of you should know how that works, okay? Again, in this distance learning thing, we have to make sure we reinforce every little thing, but you 8th graders should know how DSL fine works. Okay? Last year, many of you in concert band did a piece for CMEA, which I think had a DS or a DDCL fine or something like that. I believe it had something like that. All right. Finger silently. Here we go. This time I want you to finger silently. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and. End of the piece. See, it stops at the fine. All right, here we go. Ready? Beginning. Sit down, sister. Ready. And then in the beginning, again, those are not pickup notes. Those are not pickup notes. Here we go. The first measure is a full 4-beat measure. Ready, 2, beginning, and 1 and 2 and 3. a spiritual, number 91, Sit Down Sister. Okay? One more to go. So after this brief break, we'll play our last selection of the week. Stay tuned. All right, the final selection of this week is number 92, Spinning Song. It is in a duet line A, line B form, composed by Johann Elmenreich. We're going to do line A first. Each case we'll finger silently and then play it. Follows the same pattern as the previous song, Sit Down Sister. You go from the beginning, go all the way to the end. You've got DS Al Fine, so you go back to the third measure where you've got the sign, and then stop at the Fine. Okay? I do want to call your attention to, no, I stand corrected, so no repeats. Okay? Except just the DS. All right, this is line A, ladies and gentlemen. Line A. Finger silently. All right? To save time, we will begin at the sign and ignore the opening two measures because those are percussion, boom, ding, and this, of course, under these circumstances, we don't have percussion as part of this class. Okay, here we go. We're going to start on the sign. Line A on the sign. 1, 2, listen, and. In the second section where you've got the day, then you've got the sentence, last note of a slur takes the length of the note following, D, ya, da, da. And then 4 bars later, same thing, D, ya, da, da, da. Okay, T, ya, da, da, da. And that will be the same for line B too. Okay, everybody, let's do line A. Here we go, line A. Right on the sign. 1, 2, ready, and. Line B. All line B is harmony to line A. It's the same rhythm. Alright, finger silently. We start at the sign. Here's line B. Finger silently. 1, 2, listen, yeah. Watch that first note of the second section. It's a C sharp for the trumpets, but B natural for the flutes and low brass, and G sharp for the alto and bari sax, and the C sharp is good also for the clarinets and the tenor sax and bass clarinet. Beginning line B, here we go on the sign, line B, 1, 2, ready, yeah. And that's it. Pages 18 and 19, that's it. So we're going to take a break and bringing into this lesson, so stay tuned. We'll have the conclusion for you coming up on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. All right, pages 18 and 19, okay? I hope that's not too stifling a lesson for you kids, and nothing you can't handle. But again, clarinets on the number 85 on page 18, the exercise in thirds. Watch your pinkies, okay? Again, the C sharps are on the right, and the B's are on the left, and I believe that's okay. There is harder than this. This is not too terribly difficult, but in measures 2 and 3, again, I think bass clarinet may have the same thing. Again, C sharp on the right, B on the left. Clarinets, please work that out. Now, of course, under normal circumstances, on 92, the spinning song, we would play on Friday. We, do the count off by twos. Ones play A, twos play B, and then switch. Ones play B and twos play A. Can't do that in distance learning because you kids cannot play together on either Zoom or Google Meet. It just isn't possible due to internet connectivity and bandwidth issues and what have you. It just can't work. So just learn both lines, okay? Learn both A and B. Same with 87 on page 18, learn both A and B, okay? And again, I hope you all had a wonderful time off at Thanksgiving, although by the time you hear this recording, it'll be the second week of December. We are getting close to the holiday break, the 2-week winter break. This week, your winter concert selections are due. All right, they're due Friday, the 11th of this week. Make sure you submit them. They're no more than 1 minute in length, your favorite holiday recording. That will be worth 90 points, and you'll allow me to make a big, long movie for you and for concert bands. So please submit a recording by Friday at midnight on Flipgrid. Okay? Have a wonderful week. Enjoy this page and enjoy the holiday season. And again, please don't forget to submit a recording by Friday. Okay? This is Mr. Pickett saying so long and happy holidays, and work hard and stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody.